Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Most men are too broke to die. And what I mean by that is men are designed to create legacy. Men are future orientated. Women are mostly now orientated. That's not to say women can't be future orientated. It's just that a majority of women are now orientated and emotional. Men are more logical and future orientated. It's the yin and yang of life, point blank, period. Men, you're being programmed by feminism. Men, you're being programmed to be weaker. Men, there's things against you, don't even know that's against you. Okay, and this is what we gotta realize. Okay, men are too broke to die. And the system has gone into a stage where you need 2 streams of income to support one household, to pay rent. You know, a lot of people are staying with, housemates, roommates. They don't have their own house. They don't have their own apartment. They're sleeping, they stay with other people. That's how the cost of living has gone so high in certain cities, certain countries. So men are not able to be men anymore, to have their own place. It takes a man now to get into their 30s before they ever even have their own place. They're starting to pay their university debts. They are, just about starting to get financially successful. They're moving up the career ladder. Women oftentimes experience success a little bit earlier. And that is what we got to realize. And so now women are looking at men as like, oh, this is ridiculous. Like, they should be doing better than this. Like, there's no good men in the world, blah, blah, blah. No, the system has designed it that way. Okay? When it comes to life, right? Men lead. Right? Men are supposed to be leaders because a majority, should I say, we are biologically designed to lead because we're more logical. Okay? Like I said, we have those anecdotal experiences where women can be leaders and women can take charge and women do have leadership roles and women make a lot of money and all this stuff. But again, are they designed that way, and should you be looking up to that, right? So men are designed to lead, right? And that's why women look for leadership within a man. What I mean by that is he needs to be earning more. He needs to be a certain height. He needs to have certain characteristic traits like assertiveness. He needs to be assertive. He needs to have ambition. Why do you need all of these things if you're an independent woman? You're biologically designed to want these things out of a man. Okay, because you're looking for someone to lead and protect you. Okay? But a lot of women are afraid to be submissive at the same time because life has taught you, men are gonna walk all over you and whatever, right? And some men do. A lot of men do because they men need to figure out, you're not supposed to take advantage of a woman in that way. Like, there's a certain level of respect. Like, you don't want to walk, you want to be able to protect her and be able to make sure she doesn't have to worry about anything. It's not to control her, manipulate her, push her down or whatever. And if men are thinking that way, that's not a man. That's a child, right? And so, men, we are designed to go lead. We're designed to go out there in the world, but because of society, the way society is set up financially, and that you need to have 2 household incomes and all of this, we've lost those traits of masculinity, and we're not looked and perceived in the same way. And so women are always going to go for someone who has more money, has more success, has all this stuff. The women that men want, And so we have to raise our standards and realize that actually, it's not necessarily that you need to work more. And I just want to be clear of that, because what you need to understand is how the system is against men, right? They want men to be weak. They want men to be weak because once men are weak, they can control the world more. Because if shit goes down, guess what? Who has to protect the women and the children? The men, right? If shit goes down and there's a bunch of masculine men who are ready to fight, guess what? They cannot control the world. They cannot, because women are not gonna fight. The men are gonna fight, right? And so they're making men weak through putting certain substances in foods. They're making the men weak through feminism. Okay, feminism, the only reason feminism is so big is because there's money behind it. Who's putting money behind all of this stuff? Okay, for things to be so big, right? For things to be big in the world, there has to be money behind it. It's not just through people talking. No, there's money behind it. Even the Black Lives Matter movement, which is, supposedly now a scam, right? There has to be money behind it in order for it to get big. Okay, and I'm talking about millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars or pounds or whatever you want to call it, right? And so they're going to perpetuate their agenda no matter what. And what you got to understand, man, is that the system is against you and it's designed to make you weak. So one of the things you need to look at is raising your testosterone levels, making sure you have adequate, optimal testosterone levels. And the optimal testosterone levels now compared to how it was before is significantly lower. And they did that for a reason. Okay? They don't want you to have high testosterone levels. Okay. Now with high with high testosterone levels, you're going to be more aggressive. I don't know if aggressive is the right word. Okay. But you have to learn to tame that fire, that masculine energy within you. You have to tame that power. Okay. And utilize it only in the right circumstances. Okay, the testosterone to build muscle as well. The testosterone to go out and make stuff happen. Right? Testosterone is going to get you breathing better. Testosterone is going to get you thinking better. Testosterone is going to heal your body. Right? Testosterone is going to help you build muscle. Think clearer. Right? You need optimal testosterone levels. Okay. Number one thing you need to look at, man. Right? Because you're too broke to die, right? This is about understanding that you need to create legacy, okay? Can women create legacy? Can women create financial abundance, wealth, and all this stuff? Yes, absolutely. I don't mean to minimize the woman's role in society and her working and her independence and all that stuff. I think men know that's more of their job to do. And women know it. That's why they look for someone who's assertive. That's why they look for someone who's ambitious. That's why they look for leadership. If they are oftentimes if they are just a leader in a group, a leader in a group, a leader amongst their friends or whatever, it's more attractive. It's more attractive to women. And so they're always looking for this kind of leadership, okay? And so men are designed to do these things. Money is required, right, in this life, the monetary system. We're in a monetary system. Money is required in order to create legacy for your family. You got to think about your kids. You got to think about your wife, your girlfriend. You got to think about their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids. You need to think about the family line. You need to think about your name. What does your name mean to you? Okay. What does your name mean to you? I'm talking about your second name. Okay, what do you want your name to be? Because we've forgotten all these morals, we've forgotten all these values in life, as men, as women. And we don't realize that why would a woman want to take your name when you're not even that guy? You need to be that guy in order for a woman to take your name. You need to have a certain level of respect. And unfortunately at the same time, right, you need to have a certain lifestyle, a certain way of being, certain emotional intelligence, certain logical intelligence. You need to have money. You need to carry yourself. You need to have character. You need to smell good. You need to make sure you're dressing decent, right? You need to do all these things, right? Women are attracted to these things, right? And I'm not saying that you need to do that for a woman. You need to do that for yourself. And through that, you will attract women. You will attract a family. You will attract all the things that you want into your life. But do it for yourself first. Find your purpose and all of this stuff and follow through on those things, right? So a lot of women don't realize how much goes into just getting your telephone number just setting up a date and all that. Like men, fair enough, women get dressed up, they put the makeup on, all of this stuff. But even just to get a date with you, a man had to do it a lot prior even to get a date with you, right? He had to work on himself. Women don't have to work on themselves. I mean, once you look beautiful and you have some femininity, you're easy to communicate with, you're fun to be around, you're not combative, you're communicative, you are able to you're able to articulate yourself and whatever it is. That's all we need, really. And sex, that's what we need. We're not caring about how much money you make and all this stuff. Men have to create those things. Men have to do those things. Okay? So women actually required to do less in order to get a man. Maybe personality as well with the women, right? Men have to do way more just to get a woman's telephone number, just to get a woman to look at him in a certain way, to be desired by the woman. Okay? And women see it as easier for men to be in the world. It's not easier for men. It's not even, there's a lot of pressure on men. There's a lot of things we just don't talk about. We just get on with shit. We just get on with stuff. That's what we do. And oftentimes we adapt to what women want. You want this, you want that, and so, okay, let me get better at this, let me get better at that, let me improve myself. A lot of men are like that. A lot of men will improve. They'll try and get better, whatever. And that's not to say women don't improve and get better. But we create society in order to make you feel safe, and we don't realize this. Women don't realize this. Men don't even realize this about themselves. How much pressure is actually on them in society. And so, what men have to do is, you want to maintain your spirituality, right? You want to be grounded, but at the same time, you need to make money, okay? You need to make money. And I'm not saying to go out and hustle, right? I'm not saying to go out and stress yourself out even more. I'm not saying to work more hours unless it's necessary. You got to be a lot more strategic, and you got to be a lot more critical thinking. You got to be a lot more, how can I make it a smart action rather than making it more work, more hours, okay? Because one of the things you could do, like I said, is increase your testosterone, right? So you have more energy naturally, so the extra work doesn't even feel like extra work. You want to look at how to improve your health. You want to look at how to release stress. You want to look at how to maybe drink green drinks or smoothies or whatever it is that's going to make you have more energy. You want to make sure the home is organized in terms of okay, the kids got to go to bed at this time. You need to have structure within the household so that you have ample time to go and create multiple streams of income. You have to lead. You have to think outside of the box. You have to think, hey man, this isn't about me and my family. This ain't about me, right? This is about understanding that this system that we're in oftentimes is against us, right? And you have to rise above it and do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, right? You don't want to be chasing women, okay? You don't want to be chasing women and focus on pornography and playing video games and hanging out with the boys, drinking. You don't want to be smoking and drinking and doing all this stuff, right? Trying to be spiritual as well. Oftentimes men are trying to be spiritual and doing all this meditation and all of this stuff. You don't have time for that, right? You don't have time for that. And what I mean by that is you don't have time to be woo-woo. You got to be practical, okay? Now, I consider myself woo-woo. I do my little bit of stuff, but most of the time I'm very practical and pragmatic about what I'm creating in this world that leads to results, okay? Tangible results. I'm not hoping and wishing things are gonna happen, okay? And that's what we've got to think. And I don't even have kids. I don't even have a partner. I'm single, right? But I'm still thinking that way. I'm thinking about retiring my mom. I'm thinking about, what if something happens to someone in my family? Can I support in paying for funeral? I'm thinking, how can I have way more than enough money? It's not that I don't make a lot of money now. I just got enough money to facilitate growing my business. I haven't got enough money to really, do good and to create like a family legacy and like all that stuff. I haven't got enough wealth in order to do that. And so I'm thinking this way. So men are too broke. I'm too broke to die. I'm sorry, right? It doesn't matter that I've got a 6-figure business. I'm too broke to die. There needs to be way more money so that, assets and all of this stuff and things that you need to learn and pass down to people, there needs to be way more in order to create that legacy so people have it a little bit more easier in life, okay? It's about your name, your second name. It's about the man that you want to become, the man you want to be. It's not just about money, right? Spending money on women, spending money on, things like, video games or, your car and, making your car look better or, buying something that you can't even afford to buy. You got to look into how the world is against us and how it's tricking us into buying these things and doing these things and being attached to the material world. Whilst this video is about material money, what I'm talking about is deeper than material money. It's about being a better man and understanding that this is about legacy. It's about spirituality. It's about once you transcend or pass away, that you've given off a lot of positive karma into the world. Okay, so men need to step up, realize how the system is against you, and realize that men need to be men. And whenever you do find a woman, you better make sure she fucking respects you, okay? You better make sure she looks at you in a certain way, okay? If she doesn't, you need to make her jog on, okay? Point blank period, okay? Because oftentimes women do not appreciate all that had to happen just to get her telephone number, right? Just to get her to give you the time of day, all right? So with that being said, you want to become a better man, you want to work on yourself, you want to grow, you want to expand, you want to speak to me or hear me speak on a weekly basis, you want to reprogram your subconscious mind, you want to become more ambitious, you want to stop being lazy, you want to be confident, you want to manifest more money into your life, then get the free energy reading and the manifestation diagnosis session in the description, or go to alchemyenergyreading.com. Check out my previous video over here. Or alternatively, you can check out my 3-part series on how to raise your vibration correctly. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.